Hey guys, it's Rachel here, and I just wanted to come on with I have a process video. At the time that I'm filming this, I don't think the process video for making some of these cards is up on YouTube yet, but it will be up shortly if it isn't already. Um, but I figured, you know what? I had a couple things that I wanted to share with you. And when I had shown my friend what I was making, she had popped in. She came and got the lavender from the bush that was out to the side of our house for her crafting projects. And I think there was something else she was picking up. I don't remember what it is. However, when I showed her these cards, especially these big ones, she had a great idea, and I cannot believe all the time that I've been making cards, it never dawned on me until she said it. So Teresa, thank you. It just added another element that I could work with the cards. But she said, what about adding a money holder inside the card? You know, the cards like this size or even a 5x7 are technically big enough to hold a dollar bill size. Or she said, what about a gift card holder? And I'm like, oh my God, that is such a great idea. Where have I been? I was going to say a salty word, but I try not to. But I think you kind of feel where I'm going in my mentality here. So, right, in all the times that I've been making the cards in all the different sizes, never at any point did I ever stop and say, hey, why not add a money holder? Well, today is that day. So if you're like me and you have not gotten around to that thought yet, let me help get you there. um, so, and for those of you that have already been there, it's okay. I can hear you laughing. It's totally fine. I get it. I deserve that one because I shoulda, but that's okay. Hilarity aside, here's where we are. So that's what I wanted to come on and show you. The cards that I had done that I'm gonna go do the recap with to go along with that process video. I've already done the money card or the money holder or the gift card holders aside, and I left these two to do on camera with you guys. So this, before I forget, in case you are interested, and I apologize, I am never good at remembering all the time, or consistently I should say. I'm never consistent in telling you what I'm using and where I get it from or what have you. So before I forget, let me just say there's two kits by Stampendous that I purchased. They're quick card making kits. The only thing they do not supply that I believe they do not include is the cardstock, which of course is easy enough to come by. You may have some in your stash, or the Dollar Tree now sells packages of card stock, either 12 by 12, or they might have smaller card making kits. But before my hand dances away again, both of the collections that I'm using were by Stampendous, and it looks like this was the date that they were released in 2022. They had couple of sheets for each set of the different images. I apologize. I've already chopped everything down, so I can't even tell you the title of each collection. However, I still do have images from each collection right here. So this one is more almost like a cartoon drawing with the flowers, but you get like the watercolor in the background. And this one is just more floral with the watercolor elements in the background, and, you know, more decorative grunge, as I can't think of anything else to call it, where they have the stamps and everything in the background. But these were two different collections, same principle, quick card making kit. They have the sentiments and everything are in there. I didn't have enough for all of them, so some of these are from the kit. I believe this one is, and some I brought in because I'm making only birthday cards with all of this collection, or both of these collections, I should say. So, like I said, Stampendous, if you look it up, I don't know availability, and if I can find it again, I will link the information down below in case you are interested. Um, it's just so much fun to work with. I think you can just see all the color that is available in this, and I just love it. And I thought these are really perfect for birthday. I did a few and thank you, but for me, I don't know. They just said happy birthday to me, so that's what all of these are going to be as soon as I finish using all of it up. So, okay, so that's what I'm using. These were some that I haven't gotten to yet, but I've already paired the toppers with the card bases to finish off. These are the bits that I have left. There's some sentiments. I won't use all of these again because they're not all birthday, but they have different sizes. I have yet to pair these with a card, and we had some little ones that I put to use. So again, that was Stampendous. If I can find the info, I will link it down in the description box below. So let me move these guys out to the side for just a moment. And what I'm going to do is talk a little bit about what I did with the cards, and then I will add in the paper that I cut down to use as the slot to hold, or the pocket to hold the dollar bills or the gift card. So when I got this collection, I sort of went with the colors that were primary in the card, the images, or something that would complement it. So what I did is I went around with a bunch of different inks. Some were distress inks, the distress oxides, or some of them were the memento inks. And then I did this part and getting a border of color first, and then I put down and tacked down the topper, and then no, I'm sorry, let me back up. First I did the color, then on the ones that I wanted to do stamping to add to the background to match the stamping in the images, then I did the stamping either in the same color or an alternate color, and then I added the toppers, and then I finished them off with the sentiments and the gemstones. And the gemstones I kind of tried to pair with the color that I was using, or again, going with a complementary color. So it was just so much fun just to sit and do it. And I did not color the entire card front. If you were to be able to peel this up, you would only see the color on the edges. So that way the color shows where the topper stops, if that makes sense. So I also thought, when I was cutting down the card bases, especially for these longer cards, to use for the money holder, I thought, well, I didn't want to waste the paper because that's a good sized piece of paper that's left over. So what I did was, same principle, inked up most of it, although most of the color went on the tag since it's more open. Then I came in with a stamp, and then I added the images, and then I finished it off with the hole reinforcers. If you are looking to use hole reinforcers, it has been recommended multiple times, and I agree with that. Get the paper ones. These I got a huge pack from Amazon. They're permanent, but they're also paper based. You have to look because it's not always clear if you're getting plastic ones or getting the paper based hole reinforcers. So again, just a little tip. I had to be sure that I got the paper, otherwise it wouldn't be able to accept the ink. So just another little side tip. I mean, while we're talking craft, might as well cover all the bases. So I added the little bit of ribbon. I added some glue. I can't remember now. I think I used hot glue. But I obviously now I can't tell unless I try to pick it apart, which I'm not going to do. I'm fairly certain I used hot glue to keep the ribbon in place here. And then I used the art glitter glue, is my favorite go-to for working with the paper, unless I'm getting into something really technical. This is the basic glue that I use all the time. Got to work quick because it dries super fast. And then what I had done also is did a to and from. And then I will probably go in and get some twine. Like, I don't know if I have white twine. That's why it's not here right now. But if people want to use this as a matching tag to go with the card for a gift, then some of these will have it included. So I think I have 4 or 5 tags that I made with the remnants from the cards, because again, I did not want to waste it, and it gave me the opportunity to use the smaller images up, rather than trying to fit them somewhere on the cards. So again, don't waste the scraps. If you got a big enough piece, it can be turned into a tag. So that's what I did with these. And again, I can put this all as a set. I can put this with that, or I can put this with that card, and put it as a card slash gift tag set, or, they can turn it into a money holder or just use it as a money holder. Okay, sorry, I'm really going off on a tangent. That's the downside when I film when I'm tired. So my apologies. Thank you for your patience. So I have already measured this down to the size that you can use for the gift card, as well as, and we'll pretend this is money. I cut it down. It's only very slightly smaller than an actual bill size. Of course, I'm using US currency. You'll have to adjust it if you're overseas to whatever your paper currency is. That's what you're going to want to use as your reference, in deciding how big the pocket should be. Same with the gift card. I think gift cards are probably pretty standard across the board, but since I only live here in the States, I don't know, so I don't want to say conclusively that that's true. So whatever it is that you sell locally in your country, then use that as the reference to make the pockets. So we'll pretend this is a shiny new $1 bill. So what I did is, once everything was done and added on, I just did edging to match the card. This is in the orange memento. And then again, to pull it all together, I came in and I didn't bother to clean off the stamp. You can see here there's remnants of the other colors as I was going through and doing the stamping. But you definitely want to be sure. I almost messed up my desktop until I remembered the mat, but then I also bring something in like this so that way I can stamp, and if it goes off the cardstock that you're using, or the piece of the cardstock that you're using, then it doesn't get everywhere. Because some days, I feel like I'm wearing the ink rather than getting it where I need it to go. So let's not do that. So, all right. So now this is all I did. And there's another tip I'll show you in just a second that I've seen people say all over the place when you're making pockets, flat pockets, especially to get it so it's easy to slide stuff in and out. But anyway, let me try to remember to stay on camera here. I just come around and I do, of course, the thin edge. Anybody that does the pockets, I feel you already got this part down. And you're probably already way beyond where I am. But for those of you, if this is new, then you just do the 3 sides. And then what I do is just hold the card open. And you want to not cover the seam where the card folds shut. And of course, being that we're doing this all by hand, get it as straight as you can. I wouldn't stress if it's a little bit off kilter, because remember, these are handmade. And then once you get it down, lightly press it, and then I pinch it or push it a little bit so it bows up in the middle, so it makes it a little easier for sliding the bills in. Now, you can't put a tremendously huge stack of bills in here, obviously. Otherwise, you will end up accidentally ripping the pocket. However, by pinching it or pushing it, pushing the corners together, it'll allow you to put in a few bills if you would like to, for whatever gift you're giving to somebody. So again, you can just tuck it right in there. And just to keep it from flopping out, I guesstimated you're going to want it at least 3/4 of the way, 3/4 the size of the bill or the gift card that you're putting in there. I think the gift card holder is a little bit more, but I figured since it's heavier, I wanted to make sure it would fit down in there. So that's going to be a little bit more than 3/4 of the size, but I'll get to that in just a second. So again, just pinch it just that little bit, and it gives you that little edge where it makes it easy to slide the bill in and out. And again, like I said, I just stamped it and edged it to complement the card. And it's fine if this goes sideways. So I didn't go out of my way to make the stamping match the direction of the card. I think it's sideways here anyway. But, do what you do. This is absolutely perfect. You can turn any card into a money holder, or if you want to add a personal note, then you got a little space. If you want to write something above and beyond, or if you have a little photo, it doesn't just have to be money. The pocket can be many things. It could be money and a photo. So that is the large one that will easily accommodate any money you want to give to somebody. So let me set that aside. And then this is just a little tag, because why not? It was very fun. It matches. Let's be cute. Cute never goes out of fashion. And then it's basically the same principle with the gift card, but I'll go ahead and do it with you anyway, because why not? And if you pick up any background noise, Dawn, if you're watching, I think we are sharing your rain now, because it is absolutely pouring out there right now, which is good because here we need it. Yeah, I know over there you guys do not need it, but hopefully we're taking some of the burden from you. Okay, and again, the same principle. I'm going to just keep it from being right on that crease of the card or the fold of the card, because you don't want to block the card from being able to close easily or to make the card go wonky. And I'm giving it that little pinch. And I've seen a lot of YouTubers do this, and you may have as well. But it's a really, really good idea to just give that little bit of room to be able to slide your gift card in and out. And then you could put a photo in there. You could fold up a couple of bills and tuck it in there. Do make sure that the glue is completely adhered before you try tucking in the sample. So I'm going to let that sit, because once this art glitter glue dries on the paper, it's there. So, as always, just kind of be careful. Don't try to cram it in there, because this is only paper. And that is the gift card. And then, of course, you can turn it relative to the direction of the card. That's more critical, I think, to the gift card, maybe. But, I guess at that point, it really doesn't matter. It could still go sideways if this was if this opened up from like a book as opposed to being a top fold. You could still leave this like that. It would be perfectly fine. I think the pocket size gives enough coverage to hold the gift card in place. So either way, it should work. So that is the extra little tip if you haven't already thought of it. And I'm so glad I'm finally on board with that, because now I can mix up the cards. And, if I'm making similar cards, some can have the holders and some can just be plain. Because, of course, people love to have choices, and I completely agree with that assessment. Choices are wonderful. So that was my little side tip, and then now I will go through and show you what I made with that Stampendous collection, or the Stampendous collections, to go along with the process video. So I ended up getting, I think it was 5 long cards together. So let me do that first. So again, these were all happy birthday, and I try to remember to mix it up. Sometimes I get stuck on a groove where everything opens like a book, or sometimes I get stuck where all the cards are top folded. So I have to try to remember to mix it up. Yeah, just, because why not? So there's that one. It's the happy birthday, and per usual, I left it blank, but again, I've already tucked that pocket in there to use as a card, letter, money holder, whatever you wish. So there's that one. And I just absolutely love this paper. It is so cute. It is absolutely adorable. So that's the purple. And I used pink to edge it, since there is pink on the one part of the card, or the one side. And then I just did the multi-stamp, and I know it's a blend, almost like a rainbow of the colors, but it works perfectly because pretty much most of these cards are all like some form of a rainbow, and it's just wonderful. And then I made a matching purple, again, stamped to and from, and then as soon as I can find any white twine or something like that, I will add it to there in case they have a package that it would need to be tied to. So there's that one. And here's a matching card to go along with this one. And again, money holder on the inside. And then here is the green tag that can go with this green card. And then again, the money holder is on the inside for that. So that is the large cards that I made using this up. Okay. And then here's the other two smaller A2 sized cards that I made. And these will fit in any A2. I think the A2 standard you can get anywhere. I don't know if it would fit the smaller mailing envelopes. I don't have any with me. I don't even actually know, do I have any? But in any case, I don't want to get off on another tangent. So, but it's fairly standard. I mean, it was cut down to A2 size for the card base. So I paired the purple with the green for the background, and then again, here is the gift card holder. And this one has had a chance to set, and I did the little pinch thing, and now the card can just tuck right down in there. So that is that one. And then I did green with like the teal, I think it's actually peacock feathers, if I'm not mistaken, is the distress oxide I used to complement the green here. And then there is the pocket on the inside. And you already saw me do the orange guy. So that is my recap for today of what I was working on. And like I said, I don't know at what point if the process video is out of showing me creating the cards. It either came out just before or just after. So in any case, thank you guys so much for spending a little bit of time with me. As always, it's so much fun hanging out with you guys, for sure. It's always amazing. So in the meantime, take care, stay safe, and then I will definitely be seeing you in the next video.